Radio YouTube, so a bit of 4K masking on this Volkswagen Polo here. So a pretty easy job really. It's just a front bumper cover, a fender, small repair on the fender, small repair on the bonnet or hood as you call it in America. So yeah, I actually didn't do any of the prep work on this. All I did was match the color and yeah, got it in the booth and we're about to do some masking. Why not? So it was about, yeah, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, a guy left a comment on one of my videos saying, oh, I'd love to see you do some spraying in 4K. I told him it's probably not really worth it, and I think I explained it in the previous video anyway, that basically to record in 4K, it uses a massive file size, it overheats the camera, makes it trickier to edit, but I just thought I'd do a few raw videos in 4K just to see what you guys think of it. So for this week, it's all going to be recording in 4K, so I thought, well, I'm doing it for a week, I may as well get the most out of it and just record a few videos. I don't know people enjoy watching my masking videos anyway, so yeah, let us know what you guys think about the video quality, if it's better, if it's even worse or whatever. Previously I've been recording in 2.7K at 60 frames per second. However, this camera here, it's GoPro Hero 4, I think it's a black edition, and it goes only up to 30 frames per second at 4K, but I can record at 60 frames per second at 2.7K. So yeah, I just found 2.7K to be the sweet spot for. The main thing is actually, like the first GoPro I had real bad flickering. Like it was great, like good quality footage that you could get because it's sort of like up close and personal and you see everything I see from the previous camera. But yeah, I just started to notice, and I like the flickering from the spray booth lights, and that, as I say, I actually don't even know if it's doing it because I'm not watching this video, I'm recording it. So yeah, let us know what you guys think, if the usual is better. And as I did mention in the previous video, just if you want to get the most out of it and you have a fast internet connection where you are, just check the YouTube settings. There's like a little gear icon, and yeah, just make sure that's up to 1080. And that's actually another reason I don't usually get too worried about 4Ks, because it gets scaled down to 1080 anyway through YouTube. As far as I know, like there might be certain channels that have access to 4K, but mine isn't. Like anything I upload just defaults up getting scaled down to 1080. But yeah, if you look back on my earlier videos before I was using the new GoPro I got when I was in my own shop, yeah, there's quite a lot of flickering in the videos. And I did have a little sort of a workaround, but like in my video editor there was a plugin called BCC OFX Flicker Fixer, and it did kind of get rid of the flickering, but it just sort of blurred the entire image off a little bit, and yeah, the video quality did suffer from it. Probably boring shit that you guys don't really care about, just shut your mouth and mask the car up, but whatever. Yeah, so this part here actually goes up in underneath that fender, so short of taking the fender off, it's not going to come off. I usually do like to take these rubbers off from this corner here, but I'm pretty confident we'll get a good, nice tight mask, like get it up underneath there. And I don't know, there's a couple of ways to do the back edge of the fender as well. I'll show you if you ever like paranoid about getting overspray in there. This is probably the better way of doing it. So it's definitely the better way of doing it. So you do your top and bottoms first, get a bit in there. Then what we can do is make sure it's clean before you mask it. Put a bit up here too. And then just backmask it. The other way is just to shut the door and have this like just feed it in. I'm sure you've seen me do that one 100 times. Just feed it in like that, so it's sort of overlapping a little bit. But yeah, this is obviously gonna 100% eliminate any overspray because you're actually hard up on that edge. But the other way does work fine. Struggling to see any overspray on the inside of a door edge anyway, even if there is a minute amount. And we just flick it shut. Make sure you peel it back off that edge a bit. Sometimes getting one of these little handy things, push it off a bit, just so that you don't get a clear build up or anything. So this colour here, it's clear. It's a solid white, just a standard solid colour white, but I'm doing it in clear over base. And Standox solvent, there's no way of actually, so you've got two whites, two straight tinter whites in Standox solvent. One's full strength, high power, HP, and the other one's just low strength, more of a tinting white. But the only colour that came up when I used the Spectro was the low powered white, so unfortunately you can't just search for the HP whites. Like, I'd say probably, I don't know, 60-70% of the time it comes up with a HP variant, and even if it's like third down on the list, I'll still go for the HP variant. Even if like the Spectro says it's not quite as good of a colour match, I'll still pick that variant that's HP, high power, and like need be I'll match it a little bit. But this time there wasn't any, unfortunately, so I had to go for the low powered. But actually had an idea, and I did a bit of a trial, because I know that the high power and the low power white, the white itself, like once you've got it covered, it's the same colour, one's just diluted basically. And I thought, well, there would have to be like a percentage stronger that it is, you know, and I think I've actually figured it out. So I mixed up a tester using the high powered white, and then for the rest of the tinters I overdosed by half the amount. So if there was 10 grams of it in the original formula, I'd put 15 in, but use the HP white. And yeah, just I did like a tester on the stick, and it actually worked. Like, it looks quite good. So I didn't think of that until I'd actually already mixed up the low powered white. So I'd mixed up like 500 mils of the low powered white, and then I thought, man, I don't want to get halfway through it, and because it's not covering, find out I'm going to run out. So I mixed up 150 mil of the high powered white as that tester, as I was saying. But yeah, in future I think I'll just do that straight up next time. Instead of mixing up the low powered white, just go high powered, add an extra half of each other tinter, and yeah, need be I can do a little bit of matching, but it's going to make my life a bit easier. There you go. Sometimes you got to do those kind of things, you know. Yeah, it is a bit of a pity that you can't search just for the HP whites. I even actually called up the paint rep. I just thought, why not just see if he knows of a way to search just for the HP whites. But he's like, nah, man. He said, I've never even been asked that before, to be honest. So yeah, I have sort of thought that for a while, though. It would be handy. Now it's starting to warm up here in Perth. Sort of like mid-20s today, Celsius that is. So honestly, I don't understand Fahrenheit. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think there's any like simple equation, you know, like, because what is it, like 0 degrees Celsius is sort of like 30 Fahrenheit or something, 30 or 40, I don't know. I get PSI, I understand that. I could get my head around pounds and inches and all that stuff if I really wanted to, but yeah, Fahrenheit, that one just boggles me. But I know like 100 degrees is, I think 100 degrees is like 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah, anyway, enough rambling. That's the edges all masked. There's a bit of something here. So what I'm going to do is get the edge masking done on this, and get some wet on wet primer down on the front bumper, non-sanding primer, or sealer as you'd call it in the US. yeah, so I'm looking forward to clearing this job again. I've got the FLG5 locked and loaded. Well, it's not loaded, but it's locked. It's ready to go. I've been loving using that again. I used it like, yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3 times last week, and used it this morning for a spot repair. FLG5 1.4, aka SGK, also known as SGK. Here in Australia, actually, it's sold as the SGK. I don't know why they rebranded it for Australia and other markets, but it's what it is. And it's weird, like the one that gets sold here in Australia says on the air cap HVLP Transtech, but the FLG5, I don't even think it says anything on the air cap. Might just have a number or something. I think it's like 510 HVLP Transtech on the SGK. Either way, all that BS aside, it's a great gun and it smashes the clear on. And it's not going to break the bank. Under 200 bucks, good bang for your buck. It's a good quality gun. Takes a beating. You know, you can use it daily use in a workshop and it's still going to last. Like, yeah. I don't know. I try to keep it true with my reviews, you know, and honestly, like if I for whatever reason like left the trade and wanted to come back into the trade and didn't have any spray guns and wanted to save a few bucks but still get good guns, I would probably just go buy like 3 or 4 SGKs. Here we go, Alan. You missed an edge here, mate. Not good enough. We'll have to give you a spanking, mate. He's doing alright, can't complain. Just joking. He's probably watching now anyway. I'll get a bit of 800. He cleaned the boost out this morning too, so there's no sandpapers left. I'll get a bit when I go out. Yeah, so, oh, that whole edge has been missed. Nah, not up to scratch for Gunny. There we go. Here's one I prepared earlier. Alright, that's better. Yeah, so a bit of a crappy coloured primer to go and have to use, but this is just the colour that our primer comes in, so it is what it is. Especially as I was saying before, we've got a low powered white I'm having to use. It's all good, we'll make it work. We always do. The car's not going to go out transparent or anything, that's the main thing. Going to go out with some Gunny's quartz liquid glass on it, mate. Yeah, so I'll just leave this covered up. I'll then go out, get some wet on wet primer. While the wet on wet primer is drying down, I'll cut the plastic out. And we'll get some colour and clear on it. Then I get to go home. And that's a wrap. So what else did I do this morning? I did First up I did a Kia Rio, fender and bumper. Oh sorry, no, it wasn't a fender, it was a sill panel and bumper cover. I did a spoiler off a Mercedes, then I did another spot repair off another Mercedes. Then doing this, I actually painted a couple little caps for another car as well, little bumper squirter caps or something. Yeah, so can't go and do too much on a Tuesday. Well, today was a long weekend last weekend, so feels like a Monday. I was going to say can't do too much on a Monday and save the rush for Friday. Alright, back in a sec, gunners. Alrighty, YouTube, back to it. So I've got the wet on wet in this gun here. Probably move that out of the way, keep a bit of overspray off it. So 2 bar, Polo 4600 extreme. So I don't even pretzel brand new bumpers that have had primer on them. I don't need it. What happens if you pretzel them, you'll actually bring out all the static out of the bumper and you'll get crap all through it. If it's bare plastic, I'll use anti-static. But yeah, the ones that have got primer on them, scuff them, back rag them and paint them. That's all they need. So just a light grey wet on wet. Spraying it at 2 bar. You don't want to overload the material, just one. Got a nice coat over it. Seal it down. Get the whole thing one colour. This grey will dry a fair bit darker. Now I've actually got that base coat brown colour mixed up in the other gun. Now that shouldn't take too long to dry down at all. And I'll flick these gloves off because I hate masking with my gloves on. Like it was just one panel, might do it, but yeah, it just gets annoying. Like the tape sticking to your gloves and stuff like that. So what do we got here? Need that razor blade, that's the one I want. So sometimes I'll just like deliberately overshoot it, like that's not where I need it cut, but I'll just cut it like that and then just sort of flip it back underneath, find it easier. Do whatever you will, I don't really care, this is just how I do it. Slice around the edges. Tape it down. And paint some shit. I'll just do this, gonna flick it back up. The masking tape does get a fair bit stickier as the weather warms up. Geez, it must be 25 degrees in here. Probably more, actually, really, because the heat is on in the booth. just like to say a big thanks to everyone who does watch my videos, especially this Raw channel. It's like, I don't know, it's pretty amazing that just painting some cars and you can get such a large audience, you know. I've said it before in previous videos, but there's another guy that I was watching recently. He does game related videos, pretty cool stuff. His name's Genovi, and I just watch his videos and I'm like, man, he's put a lot of time and effort into it. Like, his passion is Sega, or what you call Sega. The rest of the world calls it Sega, but we call it Sega here in Australia. I don't even know why, it's just whatever. This is what we started calling it, and everyone calls it Sega. But yeah, this guy Genovi, he's got some pretty in-depth videos and good reviews and stuff, and then I just thought, I'll see how many views this guy's got, because I felt like he deserves more, because his bits are good. And then I'm like, wow, he's only got like 180,000 views all up, and I can tell he's put a lot of time and effort into those videos. But I guess part of it is like, because he's in the gaming side of things on YouTube, pretty vicious market, like lots of competition, so many gaming channels out there. There's probably more gaming channels than there are any other related channels on YouTube. You know, there's not heaps and heaps of spray painting channels, so I guess that probably does help me in some aspects. Yeah, it's good to see people like Tony's refinishing, and even, what's that other guy in Canada? Motivated Painter, yeah. It's good to see other people giving it a crack, you know. I actually did shout out both those guys at one point on my main channel. Personally, like, I don't watch their stuff, and there's nothing against them. Like, I don't know, I get enough spray painting at work. Yeah, when I go home I want to chill out and forget about work myself. Which is something I actually touched on in a recent video, like owning your own workshop versus being an employee. I like the stress-free life of employment personally. And there's definitely some advantages to being your own boss, but I'm doing alright being an employee. Get my benefits, sick pay, holiday pay. I mean, I don't really use sick pay. If I'm ever to take a day off, I'll just take it out of my holidays, but organise it. Like, I won't just call up in the morning and I'm not coming in today. Don't do that, I don't like doing that. Yeah, I mean, in the last 2 years I've been back here, I think I've only had 2, maximum 3 sick days. I think it was 2, and I was violently ill. I barely could leave bed. Yeah, the legit flu. Not just a cold, like I actually had the flu. That sucks. Yeah, I got the flu shot this year, so I think I'm going to get them from now on. Vaccinated. Yeah, it's a bit of masking. So I think he said there was a bit of a chip or something here, Alan, because there was the sticker there, the decal there, right. So half a bit of colour down there. The colour was actually quite good, but I will be blending it, so clear over face. That's at the start of the video. I'm going to be using the quartz liquid glass VHS clear. I'm going to be using the extra glass this time. But a couple of cans of that out here on trial and absolutely loving it. I had a feeling I would have liked it, but I didn't quite, I don't think I was quite ready for just exactly how good it was. Like, it's better than the standard clear that I have been using prior. It's like, it's in another league from things like Jukestone, which we were using prior to that. The best thing about the quartz liquid glass is the price. I mean, it is a top of the line clear at a budget clear price. It's just great to see. It's like the FLG5 of the clear world. Yeah, I mean, I get some requests, Pedro or something, I think his name was. It's like, oh man, I want you to use this U-Pol clear, and it's like, well, I don't know, I don't supply my own clear here, so I'm not just going to go and buy a can of clear just so that I can review it. You know, I am an employee. I was lucky enough to have some quartz sent out for trial, and that's why I was able to review it and let you guys know how bloody good it is. And if I bang on about this quartz clear over the next few months when I'm using it, honestly, it's because people deserve, people need to know how awesome it is. And yeah, I would be surprised if there's people out there that use it and they're like, no, I don't like this. There could be people like that, but get these guys back on, prep all it up. You can see there that wet on wet prime is like dried a fair bit darker, so it's not really white. So that's why I do want to put this brown coat white down. So as I said before, like, I mixed up the colour, but it was like a transparent version. It's like a low strength white. So then I mixed up a ground coat of the high strength white, and I'm going to put that down first just to get some basic coverage, and then go over the top of it with the match colour. There's actually a big chip here, and that's a blend area. I don't want to put any colour here. I might just get a little touch up brush when I go back out, just touch that in with a bit of colour, and then just clear over it. And I'll show you guys how I blend whites in this video here. Basically what I've found is, like, if you're not careful with whites, and even like most solid colors, you can see the blends. If you know what you're looking for, you can see like blobs of each individual droplet of paint if you're not careful, if you use like low pressure. So I found cranking that pressure right up and just feathering that trigger right in seems to get it to atomize. Like, so yeah, you're trying to get it to atomize sort of like an airbrush, you know, so that you're getting really small droplets coming out of the gun, and then you won't be able to see your blend, or less chance of seeing the blend. But yeah, that should be all good. There's a few not chips, but a scratch or two there. Just put a bit of colour over. Yeah, one thing that supposedly a few people have had with the quartz liquid glass is like solvent pop and runs, and if you are having that, just put a bit of thinners in it. They've got a product called VOC Speedster additive, which is basically just a thinner, as far as I can tell anyway. So I've even found even as little as 1% just helps it, I don't know, gas out a little bit quicker. Not quite as thick, just a little bit of thinners in there, just a dash, you know. I actually mixed mine up on the computer so I can gauge exactly how much I'm going to need for each job. Anyway, yes, let's get this ground coat down. How's that 4K going there? Nice quality, I hope. Yeah, so that's the ground coat. Tack rade's getting a bit long in the tooth. Yes, alright, I got another one. Yeah, that camera is getting really hot. It's another part of like recording in 4K. It chews up the battery a lot quicker, and it's just the camera overheats. Yeah, you run into quite a few issues recording in 4K. But yeah, I'll do it for the week. I'm going to go and clear over that black mark, whatever it was. And I'm going to get photos for insurance purposes, just so that the insurer knows what we have and haven't painted. Because I think you're entering into like a legal contract when you repair a vehicle, and you know, you can't just go and say you're going to paint the fender and not paint it, so they need proof. They're just 150 mils of this colour, it's like their ground coat is all I mixed up. Yeah, it'll be enough just to get the whole thing white. And we'll put the matte colour over the top. It'll make sure it's not going to be transparent. So when it's close, and you want to go get the panels back on the car, or get it out in the sun and find out it's see-through. I'm expecting this camera to flick off at any minute from overheating. This camera, like when I just went and put this respirator on, man, that thing is stinking hot. Yeah, it does overheat sometimes. Recording at my usual settings is usually pretty safe, like 25-30 minutes of continual recording, but yeah, on 4K it's probably lucky to get 20 minutes out of it. So you see it's basically covered now. A couple of coats of the top coat and we'll be laughing. Yeah, good shit. Alright, I'm going to go get another battery in this camera, cool it down, get the top coat colour, and I'll be back in a few minutes. YouTube, back to it. We'll get this colour down in the awesome 4K brilliant. So I've got that tip there which I want to cut. Got my little touch-up tip over there. Those things are great. Real handy. There, you can actually still see through that. That's 2 coats of the HP white, and it's still not covered. So I'm glad I did put that ground coat down. Let's see how poorly this covers. Not too bad over that section there. So for the first couple of coats, I'll keep that pressure low. I'm not looking at like doing that blend yet. As I mentioned earlier on that last blend coat, I'll get that pressure up and get those droplets nice and fine. And I'm putting this coat on pretty heavy just to try and get that coverage right up. I reckon one more heavy coat of this should be fine. And even this now, I can visually see that that's covered. I can't see that primer patch anymore. So while that's flashing off with there, I'll do that touch up. Gotta make sure I do this before I put the clear on. Yeah, these touch up tips are killer. Like just real easy. When you're done with it, you just turf it. Don't have to worry about cleaning your brush out and that. It's not going to be the right tool for the job every time, but like I've got the data brushes too. It doesn't look quite perfect now, but by the time that dries down, that'll sink into that strap. Clear it up and we'll be laughing, mate. I'll just get the second coat over the repaired areas and then I'll go and do that blend I was mentioning earlier. Up to 2 bars. Just there, I'm just feathering that trigger in. I'm not pulling it the whole way in. Just getting those droplets to land on really nice and fine. Just for this blend. You can see on that masking how fine the droplets are. And then just blending it out like that. That's about it. That should look fine when that's cleared up. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Got another wet one over this bumper cover. I'm happy all the edges are covered. I'm just going one over the faces just to be sure. So yeah, gonna go out, mix up some clear coat and I'll be back. I'll probably give it like a 10 minutes. Yeah, just make sure all that base coat gas is right out. I will give it a tack rag before I clear it too. I might actually bring that blend right up to this line. It's going to be that natural line to sort of throw the edge of the eye off, so you can't see any blend at all. Yeah, that's it. Rightio YouTube, back to it. So I've got the Court liquid glass extra fast clear in the gun here, and I went about 2% reducer, so not a great deal. Is that gun spraying properly or is that just me? There's the bad top bottom. dip it in the air cup. Sometimes I actually do this. Actually works the tread a lot of the time. This was that little bit of clear from the last job. I did clean it out, but sometimes it just needs a little bit, or a little bit builds up. So that's been one, like the FLG5s, I've heard someone say they don't like it because there's no retaining ring in there. Just stop the cap from falling out of the ring. Oh man. For a $200 gun or a sub $200 gun, you can hardly complain. And if that's all you've got to pick on the gun, I don't think it's up out of the gun. Oh, that's better. That's all it was. Got a little bit of gust caught up. So there you go, a bit of troubleshooting in the boost for you gunners. Feels a bit gritty on that blend there. Just get a feel. We're going to have a few bits of dust in there. That blend area. Still good. Straight on 2 bars. See how we go. Oh yeah, loves it, mate. So I probably did mix up a bit more clear than what I needed. See, short liquid glass, baby. And FLG5, match made in heaven. And 4K. 4K video. So I've actually found that this gun here uses less clear than the what a Supernova, the Lotus edition that I've got. So I'm going to give that a minute or two to flash off. I probably could go straight back over, but I'm going to tack and whack this bumper and then come back to that. This is that clear though. Oh. And this stuff holds a killer glass. Job's coming out cleaner, less polishing, better depth. You can see that. That's just about flashed off already. So yeah, this is the extra fast. glossy, baby. Yeah, so my calculation got me up to 600 mils is what I would have needed for this job, but I just mixed up 650, just, I don't know, didn't want to run out. Wasn't in the mood for going back out and mix tomorrow. As it turns out, there's actually not heaps of stuff in this area where I thought there was going to be. Sometimes when you can feel it's a bit rough on your crash rag, you get lots of dust in that area, but not the case. This is good. I'm not complaining. It's a bit tricky to get your eye in on the edge on the white, very low reflective. So there's the extra 50 mils. 600 mils would have been perfect. So here we go. You know what? I'm going to actually pull this out of its case so we get the full effect out of the 4K brilliance and the liquid glass and the FLG5, baby. Yeah. Awesome. Few bits of dust around this area. Nothing major, they'll all polish out. All in all, it's a pretty clean job. Not my best, not my worst. Bumper's nice and clean. Bumper cover, I doubt we'll polish anything in that. Maybe one or two. Alright gunners, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Gunman out.